I mean, looking at the 30 minute, the previous 30 minute, it looks like we've had a liquidity grab.
Mm-hmm.
So now it'll be interesting to see whether we're going to have that the current 15 minute to close above the 143,800
Yeah, I think.
because we need to respect that range because it's an ugly range between 143,735 and 143,800.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd say looking at the way we rejected 143,900, I'd say for buys we need to break above that area. And then for sells, I think good sells are gonna be below maybe like 143,670. I mean, we do have a support here on the 30 minute. Let's take a look on the 15 minute. But my only issue is we had this support and then we broke down and then we closed back above on the 15 minutes. So I'm thinking maybe below this support right over here is going to be a better selling opportunity at that point. Morning all. Oh, morning, good morning. So if we look at GJ, yeah, I think good sales are going to be below 143,670. It's like a 25, maybe even a 30 pip range. And then good buys are going to be above a 143,900 at that point. Um, okay, do you think if this week, do you think if this current candle closes weak bearish, then a break of the high will be a good buy? I mean, let's take a look on the 15 minute. Looking on the 15 minute, right, I would definitely say there is a more of a bullish bias, right? And that's because if we look at the 15 minute, we had support over here and we closed back above this support. So now this current candle right over here is doing like a retest. And then, you could argue, okay, if we break this high right over here, then we could continue out of the range. But this candle's got like 2 minutes left to close. I don't know. Let's take a look. I mean, see, the thing that concerns me is the 30-minute candle closed a very weak bullish. It's like a nothing candle at this point. The only information that we can conclude from this is we tried to break down below 143,730. We tapped into 143,670 and then we retraced. That's the only bit of information we have. So yeah, I would say maybe it makes sense if we start breaking these highs. But just based on the way the 30-minute candle will close so weak, I'm not entirely sure yet. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 4 hour time frame. Yeah. I mean, once we start breaking above this previous 4 hour high, I think that's obviously going to be, a good indication that we would then continue moving up. But just right now, right now something's telling me just to hold my horses.
Morning.
Morning, mate. How's it going?
Good, thanks, you.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
We also need to keep an eye on at 9:30. We've got the PMI news.
9:30, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we are coming up to break the high of this weak 30-minute candle.
Yeah, stops are just quite big, aren't they?
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, the 15 minutes literally just about to close. So this is why, So see, 15-minute candle closed with no wick at the top. We closed below this resistance. Yeah, I think just going to chill here. One hour, still got like 15 minutes left. Yeah, see, that would be an issue now, based on this 15 minute. I think it's going to be a good idea to wait here for a break above this area. If you look on the 5 minute, we created like a higher low structure on the 5 minute, which does kind of indicate that we should continue moving up, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to just continue running now. And the fact the 15-minute candle closed with no wick puts me off taking buys until we're above 143,900.
Maybe I've got like an idea, like possibly, like if we have a pullback on this 15 minute, then if we flip bullish, closer to like London Open, we possibly could see like a nice impulse entry.
Yeah,
Would that make sense? Or
my only issue with that is because this kind of had no wick, right? We've seen this before. It can push up anywhere within to this like wick vicinity and then reject. So that's why I'm gonna wait, because then I think when I see a candle closing a wick, I'm gonna want to see the next one close. So then we know how it printed. So I think on this occasion, I think it's gonna be best to just wait a little bit here. Plus, it's a Monday. It's the start of the month. I want us to try and start this month and this week off with, a good, just start off with a good start, I suppose. Or try to. Hi guys, miss you so much. Yeah, appreciate that. Looks pretty good to me on the 4 hour. Should break the high and continue up. Yeah, it can break the high on the 4 hour, but I mean, for that to happen, we would we've still got a while, right? We've still got 2 hours for to break the previous high. So I'm just gonna be just kind of waiting here for a sec, because let's say on the 15-minute, let's say this 15-minute candle closes, you know, like a weak bearish right over here. Then we could say, okay, maybe the impulse entry could work, you know, on the break of this high. But until this candle closes, we don't know whether we're going to reject because we had no range because of this candle, or if we, you know, this doesn't mean anything, and this candle wants to continue even up. But if we just run, I'm happy to stay out of this trade because at the end of the day, you know, I know my rules when it comes to candles with no wick. Just time and time again, I've been caught out with candles with no wick to the top. Morning, guys. Morning. Hey, what zone you got there at 141.217? 144. Oh, 144.217. This is gonna be the target for buys above 143.900. But at the same time, I know that 144 is a key level, so you would naturally want to secure positions at 144 because that is a really strong psychological level. Now you can see we're retracing a bit here. Take a look at the 15-minute candles moving bearish. So yeah, we're just gonna wait here for a minute. Morning, morning. Morning. Okay, let's get some stream music on. What's going on, Gurjot? Long time no speak. Yep. Drop a like on the stream if you enjoy the streams. But I'm sure we can catch something nice here this morning. But just still waiting. Do you look at gold? Yes, we look at gold. I was actually just gonna move on to that in a minute. We're gonna do some fresh analysis here on gold. Ooh, big retracing a bit here. Okay, yeah, let's look at GU real quick. Let's take a look at GU. So GU also came to a support, and now also GU also had this no wick on the 15 minute. GU looks a lot more difficult for it to continue bullish. Okay, we'll quickly break down gold while we've got the last few minutes here. So let's take a look on the daily with gold. So looking on the daily time frame, daily candle moved bullish overnight. It seems like it's coming up to fill the wick. So if we do continue on to fill this, daily wick fill, then I think, the first place that price is going to reach is going to be this 1872 resistance based on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, so looking on the 4 hour, 4 hour does have clean candles coming up to the resistance right over here. Right, we did break above the Asian 4 hour high, so it looks like we're having a bit of trouble at this wick from before the weekend, but probably going to do a little bit of a retracement to continue. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. So 1 hour time frame broke above this area. Seems as though it's doing like a little bit of a retest to maybe continue moving up. Take a look on the 30-minute time frame. So the 30-minute candle is trying to create some support right now. So since gold has made a high right over here, if it can create some support, then once it breaks this high, we should continue moving up at that point, and then we can neaten up our zone a bit like this. Yeah, so if we measure this range, we have a clean range above this high, which is like it's like a 45 pip range up to 1871. So I think that could work out really well. Take a look on the 15 minute time frame. Yeah, so the 15-minute time frame is just consolidating. So yeah, you need to wait for like the higher time frame confirmation at that point. But yeah, sales look pretty difficult, but we're gonna but right now the bias is bullish since candles are making higher highs, high lows, etc. So yeah, you would need to wait for this candle to close on gold. 3 minutes left on GJ. Euro NZD trying to break above this resistance over here. If we do break above, we have some nice clean traffic on Euro NZD. So again, so important to wait for candles to close. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe, I mean, the problem I see is that obviously London Open, we can see quite a big pullback. That is an issue, but I mean, yeah, let's wait and see how this candle closes, because if London Open does wick down first, it's not too bad. And then if it breaks the high and, this candle closes like a weak bearish, then we could continue moving bullish at that point. Oh, what a dead song. I need to make another playlist again. Okay, we've got a minute left for this candle to close over here. So yeah, if this candle closes like a weak bearish, right, I think there could be a good opportunity as we start to break for the high. My only concern is with the London Open, but yeah, that's my only issue. The 1 hour is closing bullish after this big wick down. Ooh, we're breaking up in the last 20 seconds here. So hopefully this candle doesn't have no wick to the top as well. That will not be any good to us. The other issue I have as well is if we close below this area with a bullish candle, then it's very difficult to take buys at that point. Yeah, see, since this 15-minute candle closed bullish, I think it's going to be very difficult to take buys at this point, since, you know, stop loss would be, yeah, a little bit big over there, like 16 pips. So yeah, see, the other thing as well is this 15-minute candle closed like a weak bullish, when if it closed like a weak bearish, we could have anticipated a break of the high to continue moving up. But I think on this occasion, gonna wait here. Oh yeah, look at that, it's broken the low already. Broken the low, 15-minute time frame already. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wait here. 1 hour candle also pulling back a little bit. Yeah, maybe gonna have to wait here. Patience, man, patience. Yeah, look at that, it's pulling right back. Yeah, gonna need to wait. Because now what we're doing is we're taking a look at the 5-minute, and we're looking at how the 5-minute is reacting with, you know, London Open, because we spoke about this before. Something we see, what I've noticed happen a lot of times on the 5-minute, we get this initial pullback, right? And then if we get another 5-minute candle that, you know, closes bullish and comes up to kind of engulf this consolidation, right? Then we can start to say, okay, maybe we're going to start to head up now with volume. But right now, yeah, just waiting, because we don't want to. Yeah, I think that was a good move to just wait this one out. Yeah. Despite the 1 hour closing bullish and created this support above this previous resistance, right? We've got to remember, it's a new 1 hour candle. We broke the high in literally the first couple of seconds, and then we retraced. So it's pretty important to, you know, wait and hold on. So yes, this could be a liquidity grab for us to continue bullish, but I think we're just gonna. So we are flipping bullish over here. I probably want to see at least the first 5 minutes close, right? Yeah, gonna want to wait to see the first 5-minute close. Because London Open can be a crazy volatile time to enter in a trade, you know. Man, what is with these songs? The other day they had some nice tunes, and now they're playing some fairy music. Still chilling over here. Just waiting. Hope no one got FOMO once this candle flipped bullish. Hope no one got that FOMO. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Go on.
No, sorry. I was saying I was just going through the course yesterday.
Okay.
I was on the formal part. Pretty nice.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but the end of the month review webinar was also uploaded last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look today.
Yeah, I had some good feedback on that.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, we've got like 30 seconds left here for the first 5-minute candle to close. What pair is that? This is GBP JPY. It says it right over here. Okay, so the first 5-minute candle obviously is closed bearish, but I think it's still going to be important to wait here. Yeah, I'm just chilling because I think I'm at least gonna need to see a candle close above 143.900, to be honest, for me to take comfortable buys to start the week, start the month. You know, it's just the way price is moving right now. Yeah, like if we think about it, this is only the first 15 minutes of the 1 hour, you know, and we have a fair bit of range for us to continue. So I think I can happily say, you know, we can chill here for a sec. I know some people may think, okay, we start breaking the 5-minute highs. Yeah, but 5-minute highs breaking is, yeah, it's pretty risky. Let's take a look at GU for a sec. Also, GU kind of did the same thing. Trying to move bullish, but looks like it's struggling over there. Is that a liquidity wick on GJ 30-minute? Yes, if we break up on the yeah. So these wicks are liquidity wicks, definitely, right? That's for sure. But at the same time, this particular candle could be a liquidity wick if it closes bullish. Then it would suggest, right, that this bottom wick was a break of the low to grab that liquidity, and then now we're starting to head up. But I'm probably gonna wait here for a little bit because yeah, so it looks like it's breaking up over here. Yeah, probably gonna want to wait. So we're broke above the 1 hour high. We're now starting to move bullish. 4 hours, still respecting the 4 hour high over here. So yeah, I mean, we've got like 5 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. If this 15-minute candle closes above, I think that's going to be a good opportunity to execute buys at that point. So I think that's what I'm going to be looking for here. Let's take a look at the last 5-minute candle. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to wait for the 15-minute close. We've just broken above the 4 hour high at this point. Breaks the 4 hour wick, we should push up to 144. Yeah. Yeah, but then there's not really enough range to take buys based on the 4 hour just to 144. Because then it's only going to be like 8 pips away. 7 pips of spread. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this candle close on the 15-minute time frame and then make my decision. And then if it runs, it runs. But yeah, maybe since this 5-minute candle closed. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of accepting my fate here on a Monday. Yeah, because we could pull back with a nice wick to fill on the 15-minute. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good idea to just wait for this candle to close. Yeah, look, I suppose at the end of the day, we've got to set a good example, a nice disciplined example to start the month. So I think it's going to be at least good to just wait for the first 15-minute candle of London Open to close bullish, right? But if it does continue moving up, then yeah, it's just is what it is at that point. So yeah, maybe it was since when we looked at the 5-minute, what I was talking about there. 8 pips. Yeah, maybe that was the correct entry would have been right over here. But I'm still just getting used to looking at the 5 minutes. So I'm not going to want to, you know, like get any FOMO or anything like that. I'm still working on looking at the 5-minute for these kind of confluences, you know. And this was a good confluence, to be fair. You know, I spoke about want to see that like 5-minute candle starting to break up. And it did just do that exactly. Yeah, so just waiting for this candle to close at this point. But if we start to run up, you know, a little bit higher up with the candle to close, then, you know, it becomes very difficult to look for buys at that point. Also got to think about the stop loss now. Yeah, see, stop loss is going to be pretty big if we close somewhere up over here. So maybe going to need to wait for the retracement, like on the next candle. But I accept that I can miss the move. You know, that's always a factor that you have to accept when you wait for candles to close. You can miss the move, and yeah, looks like we missed the move. So yeah, I suppose looking back, this was your buying opportunity right over here, based on this 5-minute. You know, we spoke about waiting for that liquidity. You can see the liquidity is being generated, and then we had a 5-minute candle like breaking above this range, and then the next one just continued moving up. But I'm not at a stage yet to be entering in based off the 5-minute. You know, so yeah, to start the month, you've got to be taking good confirmation trades. You know, if we can't even wait for one 15-minute candle to close above, then you're going to be getting FOMO with a lot of trades. So I think it's important to really wait for candles to close. You know, just reassert that patience to start the new month. So yeah, we're just going to wait and see where the candle closes. And then hopefully if the next one can retrace a little bit, it will give us a good opportunity to, you know, maybe get in on this piece of the action. Since we're closing below this area, above this area, apologies. Okay, beautiful. So I got basically in the buys right at this little bottom wick. And then stop is going to be below the previous 15-minute candle. And then we're expecting this next 15-minute candle to break the high of the previous and then continue moving bullish. 30-minute candle still open. 1 hour candle also still open. Yeah, I think once we break this high right over here, we can continue moving up. So now we're looking on the 5-minute. So we should not surpass the low of the previous 5-minute candle. We should continue moving up at this point. Obviously the next 15-minute can pull back a little bit, but I should have waited for a little bit more at the bottom wick. That's quite alright. So we're looking at the 5-minute now, and we're making sure the 5-minute candle lows are being respected for us to continue moving up. But we should create a little bit of a bottom wick and then continue this move. Because the 30-minute candle's still open. Maybe we should have waited for the 30-minute candle. Yeah, I don't know. Still a pretty good idea. We just made a little bit of a top wick first, and now we're retracing. Look at the 1 hour. Yeah, I think a good target for buys is going to be 144.220. So we're looking at the 5-minute and making sure the 5-minute low is going to be respected over here. It's pretty important. Because if you think about it, right, the 5-minute candle that just pushed us up was the volume candle, you know, based on the 15-minute candle that broke us out. Yeah, see, this is where I should have probably waited to then enter in, but wasn't quite sure whether it was going to retrace that much, you know. Can never be sure. I'm here. I'm new here. What your win percentage, please? Don't know. Maybe like 70-80% win rate. You know, it varies week upon week, but yeah, I mean, you can ask the guys in the YouTube. You know, we do pretty well here. So we had a bearish candle close on the 5-minute, but that's okay because with the 15-minute candle still open at this point. And then once we start to break the high of the previous 15-minute candle, you know, this is the point where, you know, you can start to bring your stops a little bit tighter at this point. What if play stop loss at the bottom of the 15 candle? Do we risk in too much? Yeah, that's this 15-minute candle. That's gonna be a dumb idea because we don't know if it's gonna wick down a little bit more and then start to head up. You know, yeah, that's not gonna be a good idea. You know, you're expecting this next 15-minute to continue moving bullish, right? And you're just kind of anticipating this is like the bottom wick, and then we're gonna continue this move up. You know, so looking on the 5-minute, you want to see this 5-minute start to, you know, come above the bodies, and then we should continue this move up. You know, because like on this particular occasion, if this 15-minute candle closes down over here, then, you know, you're going to be stopped out. So yeah, I mean, look, if the 15-minute candle pulls back, closes bearish, then, you know, you could argue, okay, all right, the right thing to do was to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, right? But I wanted to at least see one 15-minute candle close above this area, you know, and then we was kind of expecting, okay, well, maybe since this candle had a big sudden rush of volume, the next one's also just gonna wick down a little bit and then continue, you know, but just a little bit of drawdown is not too bad. But we're just being cautious of it. You know, like sometimes you're going to see these deep wicks on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute, you know, but then price should continue bullish. Okay, got 80% at 9 pips and stops at break even. Beautiful. Yeah, nice, man. Nice work. 15-minute counters retracing. It's broken the low on the 5-minute. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the point to close, maybe 50%. But part of me is like, Yeah, see, since the 15-minute candle's coming back in the range, this is the point at which I'm closing 50% right over here. Ooh, we're coming down back into the range at this point. Ooh, disgusting behavior, GJ. For now, 30-minute candle flipping bearish. Yeah, see, at this point, I think I'm going to exit out the position. Yeah, see, at this point, I'm closing out everything. Yeah, I got out of this trade. Damn, I'd like 7 pip drawdown with this trade. Man, not a great start. Not a great start to the year, to the month. Yeah, we came straight back in the range at that point. 30-minute candle failed to close above. Looks like we're rejecting this area now.
I want to see a wait for a close above 144, to be honest. I just didn't trust it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought because this candle, right, had the volume in like the last few minutes. So if we look at the 5 minute, it had the volume in the last 5 minutes. So that kind of made me think, okay, well, maybe we're going to continue that volume since it happened so late in the candle, you know. And then we should continue to move up at that point. But I think I missed the move over there and ended up having to take a loss here, but that's okay. But that's my one trade for the day. Yeah, look at that. I think it was a good idea to get out of this trade early. Stop loss was slightly bigger too, which is why I was a little bit more... wanted to be a bit more skeptical with it. But yeah, there we go. So it looks like the buys didn't even play out. You know, we waited for the at least the 15-minute candle to close above, tapped to 144, and then completely retraced. Yeah, it is what it is, I'm afraid. Let's take a look at gold. Ooh, gold, man. Ooh, gold moved all the way up to that area. Wow, look at that. Came to the TP and then now retracing. Yeah, markets are wild this morning. One hour time frame now also rejecting. Yeah. Maybe should have waited for the 30-minute candle to close. But then again, most of the times that's just gonna run, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. Harrison, you have to look at 4-hour max min break. I noticed that when you have clean traffic and you break the max min of the 4-hour, the price most of the time flies without other confirmation. So this is your confirmation, especially if it happens in a time of volume like London Open. Yeah, no idea what max min means. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like the 4-hour broke above the previous 4-hour high, you know, that's something that we always look for. The 1 hour time frame was, you know, moving bullish. The 30-minute, you know, should have technically closed above. The 15-minute time frame closed above this area and then a big retracement. So yeah, I'm afraid it's one of those situations. Buys over 143,900 you said was perfect, bro. These 5-minute, 15-minute you're doing is no good. Just my 2 cents. Well, I mean, it's not about that. It's about probability. That's the wrong way to look at it, because in terms of probability, when you have a 15-minute candle that has the volume with London open to break above a resistance. When you have a 30-minute candle that's, you know, breaking above everything, when you have a 4-hour breaking above everything, you know, there's a possibility that price is gonna go right in that direction. There's a probability. Pretty much there's a 50-50 chance price would go up or down at any point, right? Because, you know, price can only go up or it can only go down. So when price, all candles are moving bullish, you know, when price is breaking above the highs, there's a higher chance that it's going to continue in that direction, right? And most of the time we see that price, when it fails to break above in pre-London, and then London open volume closes above that area, right? Most of the time, and I say most of the time, it's going to continue, right? I can show you all the trades that were taken in January, and we literally looked at that last night, and most of those trades continued in that direction. In fact, we've seen it all the time. It happens most days, most weeks, you know. So these occasions like this, it's just one of those situations. But you just have to manage your risk. That's the most important thing. You just have to manage risk. Like, I got out with, you know, a little bit more of a loss than I would have hoped, but with my 1 trade a day rule, you know, it's going to stop me from over trading. You know, and these pullbacks, there's nothing you can do. You know, there's nothing you can do. You just have to understand that, you know, you can't control the market. You know, our anticipation of price moving bullish would, you know, work out a certain amount of times out of 10, out of 50. How much money did you lose? Around 400. The max if you go buy, the min if you go sell. Yeah, still don't really understand that. Still don't understand that. Yeah, don't understand what that means. And you know, these fake outs, they don't happen that often. But in defense to, you know, no in defense, in like attack for my plan, I know that waiting for the 30-minute is a stronger confirmation. I know that. So that was the mistake. But at the same time, from what I've seen, London open volume should continue that move if we then break up in the London open. Because if this candle just runs up, fills this wick, then it just goes to prove that this candle right over here is your anomaly candle, you know? It's just one of those candles that just does that. There's nothing you can do about it, right? It's just a pullback. It's almost, you can call it market manipulation, whatever you want to call it. And then if the next one continues, you know, there's just nothing you can do about it. You know, you had the right idea, it just didn't play out. It's crazy how we got the wick fill overnight. We'll send a chart in a while. Yeah, if you send a chart, it's going to be a lot easier. take a look at GU. See what GU done. Same thing. Exactly same thing. Price moved up. And then complete retrace. So the break of this high would have been a good opportunity for buys on GU. But then we came down and corrected the whole thing. You know, the other thing as well is we had the 4 hour had closed above, right? So almost, you know, this is almost like a break and retest on the 4 hour. And when you're looking for buys, you know, and you've got that confluence, you know, most of the time it's going to work out. Euro JPY breaking down over here. No news or nothing was there. No, not really. So EJ wants to continue moving down. The deep pullback could have been due to the strong psychological level. Yeah, that's a good point. It could be. But at the same time, I just think, you know, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But I think in hindsight, what I was thinking was, you know, since the volume came, if you think about it, right, the volume came in 1 5-minute move. So if you think about it, when we see 30-minute candles moving bullish, and you see these big 30-minute candles, it's usually a number of 5-minute candles. And I wasn't willing to accept that one 5-minute candle was the volume push for the session. You know, that couldn't be the volume for the session. So I presumed and would, you know, anticipate then that if the next, that since we had volume in one 5-minute candle, the 5-minute candles should just keep on running up, because, you know, if we've got so much volume in one 5-minute, the next one should also continue this move up, and then we should eventually hit the top of this range, was the idea. But there you go. Just gotta learn from every loss, man. This, you know, every situation is different, and that's it. So I know, you know, how this trade could have been avoided. You know, first off the bat, could have waited for the 30-minute candle to close. But then if I waited for the 30-minute candle to close, you're accepting that you could miss the full move. Same way I said, okay, well, I want to wait for at least one 15-minute candle, because without a 15-minute candle closing above, what's to say this candle right here, right, couldn't have been this candle, right? It could have been. But at the same time, it didn't play out like that. So, yeah, just got to learn from it. So, like I say, could have waited for the 30-minute. Would have avoided the loss. But at the same time, you know, we got volume in one 5-minute candle. So, a lot of the times when that happens, you're going to get that continuation push throughout to the next candles. To the next candles. maybe should have just waited for the 30-minute, being a Monday, but it did. I personally think it made sense. Yeah, I mean, as well, actually, if we look, we actually tapped into a weekly resistance. So maybe that's why we got a pullback, that initial pullback. That does make sense. That actually does make sense now. Yeah, it didn't even well, I kind of, yeah, I think that makes sense now, actually.
Actually, look on the daily as well. Like, you kind of see that we kind of gap down 1 week, and that's where we opened that.
Yeah, we tapped this area, and we just, so because I think maybe that was just an, you know, like when we get that initial reaction to a level, like we tapped it and then we completely retraced. I think that makes sense now. But then, you know, looking on the smaller time frames, it's not something that you would like kind of notice. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when we look left, right? I don't even think it's that. Like if you look at it from a higher time frame point of view, when a higher time frame reaches a level, it's gonna pull back. It's gonna pull back a little bit. So thinking about it, because even on the 30-minute though, like there's nothing. This is
there's a little bit on the hour, but that's really it. Yeah, maybe that.
Maybe this area. Let's put a line here, see if it was this that we reacted to.
Yeah, that's where I've got my line at, and it just bounced off it.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. So it looks like the 15-minute candle closed back in the range at this point. Yeah, maybe that was. That's a difficult one because, you know, we was in a range and we was expecting London open volume to take us up. So I don't know. Maybe Maybe it was not meant to be them. Yeah, so maybe looking back, since we did tap into that level, that was the reason why we retraced. So yeah, I suppose that's all we can kind of say for why we didn't continue to move up. So I suppose that kind of makes sense, maybe why we had that just initial pullback, because, you know, from a higher time frame perspective, this level, you know, is a stronger psychological level. Yeah, I think what someone said was right. That's why we just had this initial push, because it's not like a big move. It's like a 20 pip move, but you know, obviously an efficient amount of sellers jumped into the market at that point. Man, some of these songs are just so crap.
maybe the 9:30 news. What's going to give us like a push to close above that resistance, above the high that we created within the previous 30-minute candle, to then have a continuation to 144 to 20.
Yeah, potentially. So yeah, we do have some GBP news. Oh, that's what's going on with the times there. Why has it got that? We want UK.
Yeah, mine was changed as well,
Oh,
randomly. I don't know why.
yeah, that's odd. Oh, there we go. Yeah, potentially. But then we've still got like another half an hour or so, don't we, till the news?
Yeah. So obviously we made the high for the day. Maybe we just needed to retest that previous resistance
Yeah.
on lower time frame to then have the continuation up.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
we've
just
got,
very messy.
yeah. The thing is since this would be the first 30-minute candle to close above, you know, like if we'd waited for that, then, you know, we could have executed, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm liking it. I don't think I'm gonna want to take a second buy here. Especially if we are gonna, you know, bounce off of this 144 level.
But then just looking on like the higher time frame, we've been bullish for the past week, and I think maybe we're just going to see like a bearish daily candle to then have a nice continuation to the upside based on the high time frame, because we have moved like far bullish, you know.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, but then, you know, I was kind of expecting overnight for price to maybe like create the bottom wick. You know, we already came up to break the high from Friday, but then I was like, okay, so then since we created support at market open, and then we're moving bullish, we even closed above, you know, late in the Asian session, then, you know, the Asian made the bottom wick, and then I was like, okay, well, yeah, okay, it makes sense, you know, price should continue moving bullish. And then as we can see now, I mean, look, we're starting to head up. I think the 15 minutes coming up to break the high over here, and yeah, I think it should continue moving up at this point. So I think we just got caught with, or I just got caught with this initial reaction to the 144 level. Yeah. Because we're still respecting structure, because even this candle, you know, it's created this wick, you know, tapped into this area here. We now had a candle creating support, you know, so if this candle closes bullish, then the 30-minute would also be closing above. So yeah, I think we'll just break it down, see how it plays out. Yeah, I think we had the right idea. Definitely had the right idea, but it seems as though this is the 30-minute that wants to break up. 8:30 a.m. candle. So yeah, if this 30-minute candle closes above, I think that's the point at which price will continue moving bullish. But to be completely honest, I'm not gonna look for any re-entries here, just because I don't want to get caught at this area again. You know, because if we react to this area again and price fails to, you know, break through this zone, then yeah, I don't particularly want to be, you know, taking 2 losses here to start the month. Man, some of these songs are just so crap. Right, if I hear one I like, I'm gonna add it to a playlist. It's the only way this is gonna...
Every time that you say you're leaving, no, there's nothing I'd rather do than walk down the road and chill with you. Whenever I'm gone a while, I can't help but miss your smile and wish that I was back home. I wish that I was still home with you.
Yeah, it looks like we just got caught in that one pullback. Yeah, looks like we got caught in a bit of a pullback. But the 1 hour is, and the 30-minute are still trying to close bullish. 30-minute also trying to close bullish. 30-minute about to come to a close. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if we can continue moving up or not over here. Now the only thing is the 15-minute candle closed like a weak 15-minute candle. So yeah, we'll see if the buys play out. If they do, then you know we were just a little bit early. But there you go. Had wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Would have been possibly a better day, but it's not how it's gone, I'm afraid. Man, look at that. We had 70 people when I was in a trade, and then now we go down to 38 when there's no trade. Just goes to prove the amount of copiers out here, man. They don't know what the fuck to do without someone holding their hand. But respect to all those still staying on the stream. Obviously you guys are here to learn. So it's you lot I do it for, you know. Oh, look at this. If this 30-minute candle breaks the low, then these buys are just... Yeah, so it broke the low of the 15-minute. So, I mean, like, technically, if I was in buys, I would be closing, like, 50% right now. And then, yeah. What a disgusting day.
it was a great choice not to re-enter.
Yep. Yep. Right about that one.
I didn't take the first buys, but yeah, it's not looking good.
No. Yeah. Yeah, what disgusting price action, man.
We broke now 30 minutes low as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 buys would have been losers there. So yeah, I suppose yeah, I suppose it was good decision to stay out of the second buys. I suppose even if I waited just for these buys, would have still taken a loss. So just one of those days then. We can call it off as one of those days. We're ready to start the week and the month. Harrison, do you look at 45-minute structure for extra confirmation? No, I don't look at the 45-minute. I just look at the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour time frame. I've never thought to look at the 45-minute. In fact, for a laugh, let's take a look. Okay, so looking at the 45-minute structure, we just ranged. Yeah, see the 45-minute candle previously closed with no wick to the top. That's kind of cool looking at the 45-minute actually. That's funny. Let me compare it to the 30-minute. See, 45-minute was just complete consolidation. But the 30-minute looked more like a bullish bias. So yeah, I think we can call this a mucky Monday. Mucky Monday. So it looks as though GU wants to continue moving bearish. Ooh, even Euro NZD done a fake out.
I mean, looking at the the news that we've got in 25 minutes, I think probably we're gonna have another bad numbers, because if you look back on the 22nd of January, when we've had the flash manufacturing PMI, we've had bad numbers. Yeah, I think possibly we're gonna see maybe like a further downside, which that would make sense, to create a further bottom wick for the weekly candle to then by the middle of the week to have a further push to the upside. If you go back on the 22nd of January, you'll be able to see we've had it at 9:30.
Yeah.
So the forecast was 53.5 and the numbers was at 52.9.
Did you say the 22nd of Jan?
Yeah, 22nd of January, yeah.
What time did you say that was?
It was at 9:30.
9:30. Yeah, we went bearish at 9:30.
Yeah, possibly, maybe. I mean, it just depends on how bad the numbers are. If they're just not, if we're not going to see a massive difference, then possibly maybe we're just going to consolidate a bit of range, and then maybe the NY will give us a nice push to break that resistance. Or otherwise, I'd say if numbers are bad, probably we're going to have a bearish daily candle to create a further weekly bottom wick, to potentially go again bullish, because the trend, like you say, it's still bullish, but it just doesn't make sense if we just keep going bullish and bullish. We need to create a bottom wick for the weekly candle.
Yeah. Yeah, and plus we need like at least a bit of a retracement with all this moving up.
Yeah, especially for the start of the week as well. It's too early to see the weekly to just like break the previous resistance and just to carry on above. Just like how we look at the 30-minute candle, you wouldn't like to have an entry on the first 5 minutes or like the first 1 minute because you think that you're going to see some sort of pullbacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. We just have to, I suppose, wait and see how the news comes out. You know. Can you take a look at my chart? Yes. Take a look at this chart. Ha! What a joker. Oh, that's funny, that one. Nathan Longgrove. Yeah, very funny. Very funny. Was
Very creative.
not expecting that. Hopefully I don't get disciplined by YouTube for that one, but yeah, someone had to do that to me. I don't think people on the YouTube could see it. Not YouTube, Zoom. I don't think you guys could see that one, could you?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, you did. Yeah, so I always thought, someone's gonna do that eventually, aren't they?
It had to happen.
Yeah, it had to happen one time. And that was Nathan Longgrove. I like the way he makes no reaction after just sending it. Minimal reaction to that. Now, Kevin, you're not going to do the same, are you? Can't be having everyone's trying to send me fucking pictures of a dick. Okay, let's check this chart out. Yeah, that makes me laugh, man. Oh, his page does not exist. Go back. Wrong chart. Does not exist. Interesting. Let's try your other chart there. There we go. So we got one for the 30-minute. At least it's not a giant dick. There we go. So in an uptrend, max price of previous 4 hour. Oh, you mean the high? Yeah. See, we call this the previous high of the or the high of the previous 4 hour. That's how I would talk about that. Start of new 4 hour, 6 a.m. Sets max price for this current 4 hour to 143.89. Okay. Liquidity grab on the 15-minute. Current 4 hour gather liquidity. Yep. Entry when max of 4 hour candle are broken and gathering liquidity. TP to next level 11 pips. Stop loss under 15-minute 9 pips. Okay. And then TP hit. Nice. Push due to confluence and higher time frame with clean traffic. Yeah, it makes sense. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nothing really to fault. It's kind of interesting what GJ is doing right now, because it does seem like we're struggling at this area. Try to check out 30-minute is better. Yeah, it don't want to work, but I'll try it one more time. We'll give it another go. Yeah, it does not exist. I'm afraid it does not exist. So you'll have to do that one again and then send it over. Looks like the 15-minute candle closed at this area. So I think we can continue moving up. But see, this is the point. Like, you would have maybe given the buys like 2 attempts already. Man, it's just, yeah, not good at this point. But it does make sense to continue moving up if we break this 15-minute high. And then we should continue bullish if we're going to break this minor resistance. I like how that Nathan guy sends that and then just does not come back. You missed a slash. No slash was missed. I'll do it again, but there was no slash missed. I added in the slash for you. It's all correct. I'll show you one more time. Right, there's only one slash after the .com, and then there's a slash at the end. Yeah, same thing.
Isn't it because you need to, like, you press the photo button to get your picture, and then you get that? Is it that barcode you use?
Yeah. So like if I was to do it now, so you want to go over here, and then it's this part here. So from the slash X and then all the way to the end of the other slash is where you want to copy. But I'm not really sure why his isn't working. Looks like GJ is going to continue moving up, maybe over here. Looks like GJ is struggling over here to continue moving bullish. Seems like it. Let's take a look on the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute candle closed bullish. Yeah, maybe we're going to continue moving up now. Man, what a difficult day just for price to continue bullish.
I was so tempted to get in as the 30-minute flip bullish, but obviously it respected the 1 hour low, but it's just not in my trading plan, so to give it a miss.
Yeah, I think it's something you can look at though, you know, like
Yeah,
for
definitely.
further for the future and stuff. But yeah, man, very tough, very tough.
It's definitely more risky because sometimes, like, I used to get in them trades where it'd flip and then it would just turn the other way again.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating.
So you were thinking just to enter as soon as it flip bullish then?
Yeah, I was thinking that on the 30-minute.
Okay.
But obviously, it did already break the low of the previous 30 minutes, so I was just a bit skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There was the buys that we've been trying to catch all morning as it moves on its way. On its way. But yeah, I think looking back, the buy was after that 5-minute 8 a.m. 8:05 5-minute candle, but I mean, I haven't seen this happen enough for me to feel confident to execute on that idea. But that was the buy right over there on the 8:05 on this particular occasion. 8:05 5-minute candle was the buying opportunity. There we go. GJ is moving up now. GJ is moving bullish. Obviously, if you based your trades based off the 1 hour time frame, you know, you would never have got stopped out. But then as you look on the 30 minutes, these pullbacks would have really, you know, put you off, and then you would have had to manage risk. But yeah, this again, see man, this is happening so many times recently with London. Like the moves just not happening, and then happening like later on or in the MY session. No second entry. Managed to get an entry at 971 for second buy and low risk. 971. Yeah, my only concern was based on the 30-minute. The 30-minute candle broke the low of the previous 30-minute, and then I was like, yeah, you know what? Then there's no second buys at this point. But obviously, when this candle closes bullish, then you know a riskier entry could have been over here, but then your stops all the way down over here, for you to be, you know, safe with the stop loss. Already bagged 7 pips, 70%. Runner's probably going to stop me out. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think you're just letting your runners run now, and then should continue, because if it does stop you out, it would pretty much need to flip back bearish. So I mean, if it does that, then I think you did the right thing in securing, because then that would suggest then that we could end up coming back in this range. Okay guys, anyway, I'm gonna go make a drink. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll see where we're at with GBP JPY. So yeah, bear with me guys, I'll be back in like 5 minutes time, 5-10 minutes.
What is that? Close.
Dead in it. No wick again.
God.
I mean, we've had good numbers on the PMI, better than expected. So we should see a continuation to the upside.
They came out yet?
Yeah, it's already came out, yeah. The
Oh yeah. 44.1.
It's 54.1, yeah. So
That's pretty good.
Look at the reaction.
Yeah, so much volume.
Do you reckon it could have been priced in already?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, first day of the month was always going to be tough, right?
Yeah, I want to be extra careful.
I'm very confident. But
No thanks. Wow. Oh, ridiculous. Oh, wait till you talk to that, 'cause I've got two different ones here. Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah. Well, yeah, we did do that. But that's the top section. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about.
Maybe we can start to create some support around this area to keep going up.
Do any of you guys in here trade cryptos?
No, not me, man. I'm just following for fun, but not trading.
Nice.
Are you?
Yeah, I caught a nice trade with XRP today.
Okay. Yeah. Heard a lot of people talking about that one.
Yeah, there was meant to be some. I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen what happened with GameStop, but yeah, a load of people created a group today to apparently try and pump XRP. I don't think they actually have the power to move the market, but I thought I'll keep an eye on it anyway. I managed to cash a little something.
Which is it easy to find out these options in a broker that let you trade it though?
Yeah, so I use Hugo's Way.
Okay.
So you have to deposit with Bitcoin, but yeah, then you set it up and just trade like normal on MetaTrader.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because I've seen there's a lot of restrictions now, and yeah, very difficult.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's happening, H?
Yeah, all good. So looking at GJ, let's pull back. Kind of on a wick to the top. Man, what a mess today.
Yeah.
What a
Maybe
mess.
if we can start to create some support around this area, or
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right, because maybe we need support above 144 for this to be, you know, the new buy area, and then we can continue moving up. But I'm not taking any more trades today.
I think the 4 hours pulling back to probably close below 144.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So was you guys talking about Bitcoin, was you?
I was asking if anyone's had any, if anyone trades cryptos. I've been trading XRP this morning.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, good man. I made like 350.
Oh, decent.
Basically, it's just because basically, I mean, I'm sure everyone saw what happened with GameStop. I was saying that there was a load of groups that were created that were they were claiming they were going to pump XRP today. I mean, I doubt they have the power to move the market, but nonetheless, it went up. So
Really?
yeah.
Take a look. Was it XRP?
XRP USD, yeah. So basically, if you look at the monthly time frame, so you can see that not the last month. I mean, just before the previous real bullish month,
Yeah.
is when the price was sort of rising up, and then the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, claiming that they were selling XRP as a security instead of a cryptocurrency.
Right.
And then the very next day, the chairman of the SEC resigned.
Okay.
So, I mean, the thing with the crypto market is very unregulated. So the way that I saw it, I mean, I follow some guys as well that do this stuff, but it was like the hedge funds or the big dogs basically wanted some cheap XRP. So the guy filed the lawsuit, he resigned the very next day. And then the price started going up again yesterday because the Ripple filed their own sort of lawsuit against the SEC.
Right.
But yeah, it's just an interesting one. Basically, if we get a close above 0.78, then I think that we'll see like some more movement to the upside, probably at least touch $1.
Yeah.
But it's mad the way that you trade it, man. Like the lot sizes are crazy for this. So if you do 0.01, is £10 per cent.
Right.
It's a bit
that
interesting.
must be pretty big as well, right?
It's not really, man. Like I enter it and it's almost like a raw account. Like you just enter in straight as you are.
Man, look how manipulated this is, though.
Man, it's so manipulated. Like
Look at this, man.
the other reason why I'm very like bullish on it in the long term is the fact that a load of brokers have started delisting it. So it's kind of like they don't want you to. I mean, to me, it might sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's just like they don't want you to be able to buy it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
A bit like what happened with GameStop. All the brokers stopped letting people be able to place trades on it.
Yeah. Yeah, because then, you know, if it does start to go up in the long term, you know, they don't. I do agree with that. You know, they don't really want the average retailer getting their hands on the piece of the pie. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And the last time it was at all-time highs was when Bitcoin was at all-time highs. So, I mean, it just lags a bit behind. But the alt season's coming, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I look at this like how you could look at, you know, GJ and stuff, but it's just very,
It's volatile.
yeah, it's hugely volatile. But look at these big moves. This is just today's candle, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it did create support.
Yeah, it's around where I entered.
Oh, nice. Let's take a look. Yeah. It's interesting, man. I'm reading a book about crypto at the moment, so I'm just like, I'm never gonna be one of these guys that like, yeah, I'm trying to get into crypto, because I know it's like, it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, it's not something that someone can just read a book on and then start investing in. But I do actually, like, I'm generally interested in expanding like my knowledge of, you know, finance and everything in general. So I'm reading a book on how it all works and stuff at the moment, so it's pretty interesting.
What's the book called?
So, oh shit, sorry, I've just unplugged my headset. Oh, sorry, right, the book is called, it's called The Future of Finance. It's the impact of fintech, AI, and crypto on financial services. So it's all about like Bitcoin, fintech companies obviously trying to like muscle their way into the banking industry. Just about how AI will also take over banking. It's about blockchain. Just kind of how it all works. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting read so far.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'll look into that. I mean, when you compare it to Bitcoin, it's actually such a better currency. Like Bitcoin, the actual cost of it and the actual like how long it takes to do a transaction as well. Like just to deposit into this broker. You have to deposit to be able to trade XRP. You have to use Bitcoin, but like it takes half an hour just to deposit the money into your account, because it's like the technology is not that great,
Yeah.
and the actual cost of it as well. Whereas like this XRP it's been adopted by like big institutions like Santander use it. All the banking institutions use it because it's cheaper and it's a quicker payment to send money like to anywhere in the world. So like in terms of its usage, it makes sense. Like Bitcoin has no reason to be the price that it is. Like I mean, it doesn't make sense. And I think when people actually sort of clock onto that is when you're going to see like a drop.
Yeah. See, if I was like looking at Bitcoin, right? Let's just take a look at Bitcoin. We look at the last time it moved up. So this was 2017. You can see the market manipulation where we retraced to these lows and then it moved up again, you know? So when people see these big moves, they want in on Bitcoin because they're like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's heading off. You know, I saw this noise about, oh yeah, Bitcoin's heading to 100,000 or whatever. I'm just like, man, look at it. It's high points. You know, look at the data. You know, we look at the way GJ moves and stuff. We just got caught in that today, right? Where, you know, price is moving up and we're expecting it to continue, but you can get caught in these pullbacks. And with Bitcoin, I reckon there's going to be a deep pullback, probably to maybe like the 1800.
Agreed.
Yeah, to 20,000 level, and then we're going to start heading up again. So like, that's why I'm not rushing into any of this like silly, like, I'm not saying for you, but I'm just mean like, obviously people talk about Bitcoin like they know everything about it, and like they think, oh yeah, I can do that. Obviously you just scalped it, so it's kind of different, but
yeah,
for the long term,
even for the long term, people that buy it now, like if you think about it realistically, if it's at 35k now, wherever you put in now just to double your money has to go to 70k. Like, yeah. Whereas if you like XRP for something that's so cheap, I mean, I buy a bit of crypto at the end of every month anyway, but I mean, I've been buying it since it was like 10 cents. So if, like, for the increase of that, if it goes to $1 in comparison to like Bitcoin going from 35k to 60k, it doesn't make sense to buy that, to me anyway.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And as well, because Bitcoin was just like the first crypto, right? Whereas obviously there's many other cryptocurrencies, and obviously, you know, those as well can end up gaining value, like what was it, XRP, right? XRP USD.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. See this, so that's
anything I don't like about this month, sorry, is that we're here on the first day of the month. And on the 22nd of this month is when the SEC and Ripple have their court case together. So it's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, if you think about it, since it started in 2016, like it hasn't gone into a minus, you know. So I mean, I suppose anywhere like in this vicinity for the long term would make sense. Like if you're kind of below this level, you know, this is kind of like seems to be its average moving point, and then you could argue that this, you know, this move up is when, you know, everyone's in on the buys, and but you kind of saying to yourself, okay, well, it shouldn't really start to go below like these kind of levels, because then, you know, it'll be running at practically worthless, wouldn't it? So I would say for the long term, once it starts to get above these areas, I don't know why it's done that. When we start to get above these areas, right, from a technical perspective, then you could start looking long term again. Kind of like so envision this, right? XRP USD, and then let's go back to the original Bitcoin, sorry. Right, you see how it did this before? So look, so it made that high, like what the XRP did. It came back to like kind of where it roughly nearly started out, a bit higher up, and then it was in this consolidation range. It looks pretty much the same, right? It's in this consolidation range. So now you're like, okay, well, anywhere in here is just where there's not quite much going on. But then as soon as we start breaking above this kind of structured area, you get this area being corrected. So this move down coming back up again, and then that's when you saw this big push. So I wonder if the XRP will do the same thing.
Hopefully, bro.
So yeah, but yeah, that's interesting stuff. I did an A-level EPQ on crypto. Oh, nice. I'm never touching cryptos, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not trying to say I would, but I just find it interesting, you know. It's no harm in learning. Healthy life. You guys don't have a clue about cryptos and Bitcoin. Well, Mr. Healthy Life, if you wanna send over your track record of your Bitcoin trading experience, then I'll be more than happy to take a look. But apart from that, I don't think we claim to be any experts or anything about crypto. This was just a general discussion. So I mean, yeah. I think we didn't say we know anything about crypto. I'm only just reading a book about it. In fact, I remember when Ibs, I think this was months ago, bought in XRP, and he made like over 1,000 with a small lot size. Held that for a few days. I think you caught that. Was it then? I can't remember when it was, but I remember you had it running with XRP, and it was moving real nice. No, I can't remember. Was it? It must have been 2020. I think it was over here. I think it was like July. Yeah, that's when he bought in. And then there was that big manipulation.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
You. I remember you had
Yeah.
You told me about it, and you said that you bought it in, and then
Yeah. I mean, every month I just buy some up anyway, but yeah, I mean, that's when it started pumping up, and then as it dropped is when the SEC filed their lawsuit.
Yeah.
But it's just manipulated, man. It's just so manipulated.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah. I mean, it's not something I'm ever going to do. It's just like, you know, there's no harm in learning about it. I mean, you never know where we're going to be, like, in terms of where crypto is going to be in 10 years, you know? Like, from what we truly believe, I mean, crypto could be, you know, crypto could be the most used currency in years to come. Who knows? So just I suppose it's important to be aware of it.
That news just didn't do much for GJ.
No. If anything, it kind of pulled price back, but I think it's just stalling anyway because lack of volume. Oh, look at gold, man. Gold's just ranging. GU also just consolidating now. Man. February Monday. Not a great day at all for the markets. Like across all pairs, you know, Euro NZD should have moved bullish, didn't. GU also tried to go bullish, couldn't. Euro JPY even tried to go bullish and then did a fake out, went the other way. I think the only push was like GBP CAD over there. But then even then, look at that, just awful. No, just a complete lack of volume. In fact, I was thinking about that last night. I'm probably going to remove GP CAD because I haven't seen GCAD move nice for months. Absolute months it's been since GCAD has moved half decent.
I literally don't even look at it anymore at all.
Yeah, you fully like
done with it.
Yeah, you dumped GCAD like it was an ex-girlfriend or something. Blocked.
Disrespect, man.
Has to be done.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it now. I don't even look at it that much during the session, you know, because it's just so awful. But the only reason I like looking at GU is because it's very, like, in terms of the candles, it moves similar to GJ. You know, because we saw the breakup with GJ at 8 AM, same with GU, and then 8:15 back in the range. But man, look at this, just awful. But yeah, I mean, looking back at this, that 5 minute definitely was the buying opportunity, but something I'm gonna have to take a look at more and more over the coming month. It's just something I've been noticing a lot of times. Yeah, that would have been a great buying opportunity for price to continue bullish. But like, we have one 5 minute candle with volume and then the whole thing got corrected, which is what kind of made me think, okay, since one 5 minute candles had the volume, then the others should just continue running and maybe we're not going to get the retest. You know, maybe we weren't going to get a retest and we just continue. But it never went like that. New 4-hour candle just opened. Yeah. So it's going to be official on Friday, but I think for the online bootcamp, that's going to be done in June. So I will obviously make it official, but yeah, it's going to be looking like it's going to be June. Probably like mid-June. But my last decision I need to make is whether it's going to be a weekend or during the week. because obviously on the weekend we're not trading. During the week we would be trading. So yeah, I'm thinking preferably a weekend, but then I want to make it easier for people to, you know, have access and be available to it. So yeah, I think it's gonna be up for discussion. Man, look at this. It's just dreadful. Yeah, as soon as we break this low right over here, then buyers just become, yeah. Okay. I think we'll call it a day here soon. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Gold is just ranging. Yeah, gold is just completely ranging. Did come up to that area, but just, yeah, no confirmations. No confirmations. GJ. Awful day on GJ. Really not good price action whatsoever. So, yeah. Probably doesn't set the tone right for the start of the month. But still. Look at the monthly candle. Look, how'd the weekly move up so quick? So yeah, Euro JPY creating a resistance over here to possibly continue moving down. Yeah, I think EJ could continue moving bearish. Yeah, I think EJ should continue moving bearish. Let's take a look at Euro NZD. Yeah, very bad price action here. GU coming down to the support. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna call it a day here today. So we took GJ buys, and they were executed around 143.960, somewhere over there. We was anticipating GJ to continue moving bullish since the 15-minute candle closed above resistance, and obviously it was with London Open, so I was expecting a continuation of the volume, but obviously we got caught with this pullback candle right over here. It tapped into 144 and it just retraced completely. Now obviously the reasons why was, obviously we know that when we look left, it was a daily resistance area, but at the same time I was kind of expecting us to maybe break through and then continue, because at the same time we kind of still, I mean, why would we break above this resistance to move that? But yeah, maybe because it's like a psychological level. Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, so I think kind of the lesson here would have been obviously maybe to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, but then even once the 30-minute candle closed above resistance, right, we can see how then the next candle actually came down and would have stopped us out at that point. But then when I kind of just looked at it from a 15-minute perspective, since this 15-minute candle, if we look at it, closed a bit weak, right? I think a good buy area could have been this break of the high right over here. And then this would have been your like win to this area. But then also you have to remember the stop would have been a lot bigger at that point. But from what I can kind of gather, that made the most sense for buys, because then you would have missed out on this break of the low of the 30-minute, and then you just would have basically rid this nice clean candle coming up after that move. But then obviously it closed with no wick, and then we retrade, so runners wouldn't have got anywhere. But either way, like, I think it was actually a very difficult day today. Actually a very difficult day for a London session Monday. I'm hoping we're going to start to see price move a lot better. But remember, if the market's hard, if the market is not moving, you know, how we've seen it move when, you know, GJ is moving at its cleanest, at its best, then just remember that if you can be profitable and you can be disciplined in those weeks, then when the market moves really well, you're going to be, you're going to do just fine. So yeah. So thanks everyone on the YouTube for coming on today. Drop a like on the stream if you enjoyed the stream today. I know it was a losing day, but to be honest with you, you know, there's one thing I've learned, and you know, never let a loss define you. Anybody that's going to criticize your loss, you know, it's because, you know, they're not really doing much of themselves anyway, you know. So yeah, I think yeah, I think it was a hard day, but good lessons to be learned, I suppose, because once again, it's just always a reminder, right? It's just always a reminder that despite your bias, despite what you think's gonna happen, despite all the things that make you confident in your analysis, we must control the risk. Because I mean, that would have been a hefty loss had I've let the whole thing run. That would have been like a 18 pip loss with a bit of spread, you know. So that's no good. But there we go. So thanks everyone for coming on. We'll see you all tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Hopefully this week should be better. Obviously it's just a Monday, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, should get easier this month. I think this month will be a good month. So thanks very much, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Euro.
Thank you.